Here's what Draymond had to say about his relationship with Jordan Poole in the future.
I'm not sure. As I said before, that's not up to me. Nor do I think there's much relevance. Quite frankly, we both know how to play basketball, and that is the most important thing for us. We're paid to do a job. We're going to come and do that job to the best of our ability. And, we want to continue to win. So we're going to do what we have to do to win. Everything else outside of that, well, number one, be handled amongst us. But number two, it's neither here nor there. What we do on the basketball court is what's important. I think sometimes we get so caught up into trying to analyze people's lives instead of analyzing basketball. And one thing I'm damn sure of is we play good basketball together. Hence the fact we won a championship. So we'll continue to build on that.
I'm not sure I agree that Draymond and Jordan Poole can be really good together if they don't like each other. Right. I'm sorry. Here's where I do think basketball is different.
Right.
I think in baseball, you can have some guys that don't like each other because, I'm sorry, for the most part, it's an individual sport. Football, I also believe that
you can hate each other.
Yes, because there's a physical element that you can almost take out on somebody else. Basketball is different. I just think it's different. There's too few guys on the court that matter too much to each other. And again, I'll just quote what Ben Simmons said in his relationship with Joel Embiid. I don't talk to Joel. We never really spoke. I don't think there was really a relationship there.
I hate to hear that.
So I believe that lack of a relationship off the court certainly was a negative influence on the Philadelphia 76ers. So if that's the case, if Jordan, this is where I disagree with Draymond. Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, I do think, need to have a relationship off the floor. I do. There's got to be some level of respect there.
But that may be severed for life,
It may be. And if that's the case and it bleeds out into the court, it's over. Then the dynasty is over because they will not be able to win if there is still friction here or awkwardness. Well, listen, I'm not saying they can't get over it at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying Draymond Green, to me, he's got to go more than halfway.
I'll say this.
Sometimes you don't think he understands that.
Well, the other day it was about his relationship and getting it mended with Jordan Poole. And yesterday, to me, again, I don't want to psychoanalyze him, Stoddy. It was about basketball, and we're here to just ball out. This is where I disagree with you, Stoddy. What would it look like? Like I gave you the Kobe example in L.A. to where I saw it on my television where Kobe was on remember he didn't shoot against Phoenix in the playoff game and you knew something was going on. What would that look like on the court when you say bleed over? Because
losses.
That's where I don't think Draymond and Poole, we would be able to say, oh, you lost 110-98 to Phoenix. Why? Because I don't think they would it wouldn't get to that. Like, what would that look like?
That would look like a team not reaching its potential. If you're asking me something tangible at this moment, I cannot give it to you. But what I do know is if the situation is not truly resolved, and by the way Draymond Green spoke yesterday, it's clear he apologized to Poole, and now it almost feels like a cursory apology. And if Jordan Poole is truly not ready to let it go, even though he said he is, and I got to tell you, I can picture a scenario in which you put me in Jordan Poole's position in a workplace. They're like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine, man. I'm fine. Just let me alone. Can you play? Yeah, just let me alone. I'm fine."
Well, you're better man than me.
But deep inside, you're not fine.
Oh man.
So we'll see if that's it. Yeah. That's something.
But they chose to go this road.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely positively right.
The last thing about Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
When you talk to me or anybody about how it ended, and I think about what was going on, the issues Ben, I believe, was having had nothing to do with his relationship with Ben. It was him not getting better or working on his craft. I think he kind of self-imploded and didn't, pick up. He didn't do his part. I don't believe.
So Embiid didn't either. 50-50.
But is Embiid responsible for for Simmons getting a little bit of lemon booty or, being at the free throw sign.
I'm just talking about their relationship.
Oh, all right. See, I'm talking about the performance. I don't think you could.
Okay, well, there it is. Okay, if you want something tangible, Ben Simmons against the Atlanta Hawks was a result of him not being into it for whatever reason. He had no relationship with Embiid. The fans were starting to bother him. He was done with Doc, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And let me, 415 says, Steiny, if Guru said the dynasty was over if they can't fix their relationship, you'd be all over him for making an assumption. I'll say it again. If they cannot forge this relationship back, they aren't going to win it.
But they got to believe they can. Not those two, the org.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, but what I'm saying is it will resurface. It has to if it doesn't get fixed.
Do you mean there could be another squabble between these two in practice?
I'm saying
Paul feels like
the team will not be able to reach its potential if Draymond Green and Jordan Poole do have lingering issues and they haven't properly healthily moved forward.
Wow.
It will come back. It's kind of like teams have a team meeting. Oh, team meeting for the Angels. All right, yeah. And we aired out some stuff. Yeah, a week later, you've lost 4 in a row, and everything's come back. Why? Because you just aired your grievances. You didn't fix anything. This needs to be dealt with. And from Draymond's comments yesterday, it feels like his teammates might think it's a bigger deal than he does.
I'm just my ears. Steiny, that was a man that feels like, okay, I'm in the fourth quarter now, on the third. I'm getting a bit agitated. Let's move on. That's what he's saying. And they didn't suspend me. Y'all MFs can't be more mad than me. And I've said that he has some of that. And do I dare say he has a point? But we'll find out tonight when they go from Saginaw, Michigan, Draymond Green, if the fans want to just use one time Calipari. This is like the one and done. If they just let it out and then they move on.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said yesterday.
Oh, no.
And I even had John Dickinson, maybe something he hadn't thought about.
Oh.
And I'll say this to Warrior fans. You better be careful.
Well, Stephen A. Smith said that.
I know, but I kind of like it. No, it's his. It's not mine.
What did you say? Yeah.
Huh?
What did you say?
Be careful about booing Draymond Green.
You better be careful.
Be careful about booing Draymond Green.
What's behind door
You're going to have
one?
a player on the home team getting booed? Really? Night in and night out at Chase Center?
I'm not night in. I'm just this one and done.
Okay.
For me.
I think there are fans out there that are done with Draymond. Now, whether that means they're going to boo him, I don't know. But Draymond's going to get... If Draymond gets booed tonight or at ring night, that means something. I'm sorry.
You know my Wi-Fi, my little computer I got in my head, Steiny? What if somebody asked Dre, hey, if you hear some boos, do you think he'd be like middle finger to that person or those fans, or they ain't real?
He acknowledged that the Boston fans got to him.
Well, what side? That's like a gang.
Well, this would be worse.
Wear green.
These are your fans booing you.
I wonder what he would respond to being asked that question.
I don't know.
And maybe after the game, if it does happen, and again, I'm a guy that I'm not saying I want it to happen, how would he respond? But what if
he's over? He's on a one-game losing streak when it comes to trash talk. He's 0-1. He's lost his last game.
That's your score you have.
It's a fact. Lost his composure, and he acknowledged he's lost his composure in Memphis. He said he lost his composure. Where was it, in Boston?
Yeah, I don't think Dre can be the old
lose it
Dre
again.
If what Looney said, he's on notice about the trust. Like if I say, hey, Dre, what did you think of the fans, the few fans that were booing you? If he really wanted to go off and go, oh, Dre, I believe what Looney said is like he's on not a tryout, but you're going to be tested.
Here's the one that's got everybody scratching their head.
Everyone says build trust as a team. I don't really quite understand that.
Oh.
What's trust? Is it trust that you're going to make the right play? I think I always make the right play. I mean, to the best of my ability. I don't always make the right play, but to the best of my ability. So is it that? Is it what is that? I think, what we do have to do is make sure we're together, make sure we're doing the necessary things that it takes to win a championship, make sure we got each other's back. But I think of so many different things when I hear the word trust that I'm not always certain that that is the most fitting word for what people are trying to say. I think it always sounds good and everyone kind of has this idea of what that means. But yet, what does that truly mean? I don't quite know.
Okay, so I'm going to thank Mark Willard because I didn't put the connection together that a lot of the Warriors players or some of them use the word trust.
Yeah.
And I hadn't made that connection. I was just thinking I thought he was kind of using trust as a little everybody uses trust, but he doesn't know what it means. Well, the reality is Curry used it, Looney used it, and Kerr used it. So when he gets up there and says, I don't really know what trust means.
Oh, man.
Okay, well then, why don't you just go ask Steph Curry, who talked about it? Ask him what trust is to him. I think it's all about trust.
Man, oh man. And again, nobody is Drake could be Daryl who? But wouldn't you know, I'm going Prince Rogers Nelson.
I don't know what that is.
Sign of the Times. I listened to that album yesterday. Wouldn't you have sense enough to not say that about trust? Wouldn't you just know that's the theme that my coach, my dog Looney, Steph the chef, they said it. So I'm going to play it off like it's about. There's none of that. He's slowly morphing back into.
Slowly.
That was agitating.
It took a week. He's
I'm
back.
laughing, but I'm not laughing. No doubt.
I mean, he's going to go out on the floor tonight like Curry did in Portland and say, I'm back.
Yeah.
It's an unusual situation.